Hi, everyone. Happy December and happy holidays. It's a really hectic holiday season, but you should never be too busy to step back and to first thank everyone. So I want to do that. I want to say thank you to my family, my friends, my colleagues, all the people who have stuck with me in 2016 and have supported me. I certainly couldn't do what I'm doing without all of you, and I appreciate all of the discussions and the questions, and I always feel that I'm learning too. As I'm mentoring, there's a lot of reverse mentoring going on. I also want to mention that the holiday season hopefully is a time to find some me time. And I define me time, for me, it's stepping back and really just doing the things that you love but don't always have the chance to when it's really crazy during the year. So for me time is reading. And I just thought I would select a few of my favorite books and share them with you because they really help me to learn and grow and move forward, not just in my career and business and public relations and marketing, but also on topics that I just find are really interesting that I don't necessarily get to. So that's how I define me time. So the three books that I want to share, the first one is The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield. And I read this book on the way back from Brighton. My daughter was studying there over the summer, and it's a very quick read. So, 6 hour flight, 6 hour book. What I learned is that you can only stop yourself from doing great things. There's always going to be resistance around you. And in order to fully let your creativity out and to do the things that you're meant to do, you have to reframe your thinking, understand that there is resistance, not to let it stop you, but to learn how to plow through and go forward, to find your muse, what makes you feel creative, and to be more of an observer and to step back rather than being the artist and taking things personally. Stepping back and to looking at situations differently so you really can move forward and succeed. So let your creativity break through in 2017. Maybe you'll want to pick up The War of Art as one of your books that you're going to read. The second book that I really enjoyed is Money Can Buy You Happiness by Dr. Patty Ann Tublin. Now, don't let the title of this book fool you, because it is not about money in the sense that have a lot of money and buy materialistic things. Not at all. I met Dr. Patty Ann when we were both at NBC in Connecticut, and we were being interviewed on TV, and she was talking about her book, and we chatted afterwards. And I actually had the pleasure of interviewing her on my podcast show, Women Worldwide. And the book is really interesting because it takes a look at how you view money and how you grew up and your perspective around money. And everybody is different. So it teaches you how you look at money, but then how that translates into, let's say, the workplace. And it's time for you to negotiate for your promotion. And Dr. Patty Ann goes into how you can be a better negotiator so that you can be valued and get your self-worth as a business woman or business person. So the book dives into definitely you understanding money and being able to work in a relationship, which when you have a significant other, it's a shared responsibility sometime, and there's different viewpoints around money. There's a fleshed out budget in the book if you need help with your monthly budgeting. There's even the terms you need to know around your own financial management. So if you're looking at making sure that you are managing your finances correctly and making sure that you are moving up and getting the value that you add to an organization, and also feeling like money can, when you have money, there's less stress, which leads to better experiences, then this is definitely a book for you to check out in 2017. And the last one that I want to share is The Opposite of Comfortable by Sharon Neer. And I love this book because I didn't know a lot about the immigration process, the 2016 presidential election. Certainly, one of the topics around the election and of the candidates was immigration. And Sharon Neer shares her story in a memoir about how she came over as an immigrant career woman. She had a thriving career in Israel and Tel Aviv. She was behind the design and implementation of one of the first knowledge management systems in a company in Israel. But when she came over to the United States as an immigrant, as a part of the process, you were not allowed to work for several months. So Sharon had to find herself and make choices. She left her country, her tight, close-knit network of her family and friends. She came over with her husband, who was doing a fellowship. He's a surgeon, a doctor, and also with her little boy. And she had to a lot of soul searching for herself to find out how she can create value in a new community. It was also very interesting to learn the immigration process, difficult, and what she went through. So I was curious about this topic. I had the pleasure of interviewing Sharon on my podcast show, Women Worldwide, and it just opened my eyes to what a woman went through and the choices that were often uncomfortable that she had to make. They were life choices. Truly interesting, heartfelt story, and one that I would recommend in 2017. There were so many books that I read in 2016, and I am going to continue with my reading. So, for example, right now I'm reading Crossing the Thinnest Line by Lauren Leader Chevet. I also have a great book that I'm reading. It's Wherever You Go, There You Are by John Kabat-Zinn. And you know what? I encourage you to find the time to rest and rejuvenate through reading. It's such a wonderful way to get lost in your thoughts, learning about yourself and learning about different topics. Well, I hope you all find some me time, and don't forget to say thank you to all the people who are meaningful in your life. And with that, I want to wish you happy holidays and best wishes to all of you for a wonderful 2017.